Hey everybody, how's it going? On today's video, we are going to be talking about a delightful slice of life book. And this audiobook is called The Mudpuddle Manual of Natural Magic. This is by Sierra Bloom, narrated by Ryan H. Reed, Jessica Threet, Andrea Parsnow, and Travis Baldry. The audiobook length of this book is 12 hours and 46 minutes. And today I'm just going to be talking about how much I really enjoyed this book and what parts I just gushed over, and a little bit of some cons that I think should be pointed out. But overall, I really enjoyed this book and can't say enough great things about it. So let's go ahead and dive into a little bit of a summary about it. So there is this main character, Maida Westbrook. She is an ordinary, and she is having a comfortable life in California away from her magic, no superstition loving father, and she just wants her normal life. Well, she is actually not an ordinary. She actually has some magical potential, and she has always had it, but her whole magical life has been kind of like a mystery to her. She doesn't really know anything about it. She thinks she's just ordinary. But lo and behold, there's this whole magical community, and there's this, this house that's called the Mudpuddle, and it disappears, and it causes a huge ruckus in the magical community because it is like the glue that keeps all of the different magical characters and species together. There are shifters, there are witches, there are wizards, there's just a lot of things, and the Mudpuddle keeps everybody together. So when it disappears, they have to go find the inheritor and the person that owns the Mudpuddle, and that is Maida. Maida Westbrook has like this huge backstory that she doesn't really know about. The magical community in general has been hidden from her. And there, as you get into the book, you kind of find out why, and you get into the backstory of everything. But if you want a better summary, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description of this video where you can go ahead and read the author's summary and get a little bit of a taste of the sample from Audible, and just really dive in, do a little bit more of your own research and see if this is something that you would enjoy. But right now I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about some pros that I really liked about this book. First is the slice of life story. The story with Maida and everything that she goes through and the little romance she gets into has just been a delight, and it's just super sweet, and I just loved everything going on about it, and the little bit of mystery, the murder, and all that happens in this slice of life story is just delightful, and it was just very captivating. And the whole team at Sound Booth Theater and all the narrators that were part of it, was just, and the writing was just amazing, and just a nice coming together of a great story. Next is the cast of narrators. You got Andrea Parsnow, Jessica Threet, Travis Baldry, and Ryan H. Reed. Those are some just big hitters, and they just do a fantastic job throughout this story. I liked having so many. Sometimes it's nice to have a good narrator and to do everybody, but at the same time, there are so many people with different abilities and different talents, and when you put them all together into an audiobook, it's just nice. It's just like, yes, this works. And in this particular story, it's just nice to have just different voice talents come in, and it just comes together, and everyone does their part, and it is just a fantastic job. Next this is a simple yet interesting story where you find it's not too overly complicated. It's not trying to be too many things. It is just like you can follow along pretty easily, and it's just a delight to get through and enjoy. And I'm so glad that towards the end of the book, it tells you there's two more in this. I guess it's going to be a trilogy, and so that was just really exciting. And because I can't wait for the next one, because especially how delightful this one was. Next is the romance in the story. It's not heavy, and it's not like explicit. It's just a nice, sweet, again, slice of life romance that you just really enjoy, and it's just cute and adorable, and it's just a delight, and I can't recommend it enough for those that like a little romance in their novels, especially in a slice of life type genre. But next is an interesting take on the Magic Society. So there are shifters, witches, wizards, and it's interesting because shifters are just a bunch of like different a character that can become different creatures, and it's not always the same. Like if you're in a specific shifter family of a specific type of animal, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be the same animal for the kids that go down. Sometimes you'll have an outlier, and that does happen in this series, but I'm not going to spoil it. And it's a nice surprise when it pops up. But and then you have your witches and your wizards and your magic casters and your mages, and it's just real interesting to see how the author weaves this whole story. And I think it's a nice different take on the whole magic community and of the magical creatures, and especially with the slice of life twist to it all, which was really nice, and I really enjoyed that. But yeah, it was just interesting, and it shook it up a little bit, so you weren't just kind of like, I don't know, it didn't seem stale at all, but it was very, very nice. Next is the twists. There were so many little twists. They were just subtle, impactful, but it was just kind of like, oh, like that's cool. And you couldn't, maybe in hindsight you could see it coming, but like the twists in this slice of life that were happening was just kind of like, it was nice. They were just not too abrupt, but also just not too it's coming eventually. But no, the twists in this story were just pretty good and well timed, and just, I don't know, it just makes me smile when I think about all the things that developed throughout the whole story. Next and final is the ending, and knowing that there was more to come. The ending to the whole story ended very sweetly, and it was just, again, made me just smile just smile real hard, and just really enjoyed it. But yeah, it was great, and I was glad to see such a satisfying ending, and to know towards the end they talk about how there would be I think 2 more books, so this is gonna be most likely a trilogy, and that was just kind of like, yes, it was already nice to know that, like, that there would be probably more, but to be told that there was going to be more and continue with this this storyline is just going to be like, yes, I can't wait for more, especially with some of the characters and how their lives have developed throughout this story and how things will kind of move along. And it's just nice, and I can't wait for the next book, because there are just some characters that I can't wait to see just be a little happier throughout their life, and knowing that it's not too late for them to have some happiness, which is amazing. So yeah, if you are a fan of slice of life with some romance and some having the fantasy aspect of magical creatures, then this is a story that I would recommend you check out. Go on Audible, read the description, and then listen to it a little bit more through the sample, and just, I think you would be really excited, especially when Sound Booth Theater went ahead and sprinkled through some music in there when they had some particular moments at the beginning, and just some great music drops throughout there, which was really enhancing the experience, and really enjoyed that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. The cons for this audiobook is just 2 things. And they're really only specific reader preferences. But like, one is, if you don't like romance, then you're probably not going to like this. And I think the bigger of the 2 cons is, if you don't like slice of life, then you probably won't like this. And yeah, the slice of life aspect, if you're not a fan of that, you're not going to just probably enjoy this book. But yeah, it's a really great book otherwise, and if you're into slice of life and a little bit of romance, then I think you'll really enjoy this. So that's what I have to say about the Mudpuddle Manual of Natural Magic. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments what audiobooks you're currently listening to. But yeah, well, I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Toodles!